Something over there, big, just rustled. I thought it was a person, but...
Alright guys, well here's a moose. It's a big moose.
The first video tonight comes from Sasquatch and Paranormal in Wineberry Holler, a US-based channel documenting alleged cryptid encounters and unexplained activity around a rural mountain property. It is February 15th, 2026, in a mountainous rural area of the United States.
As soon as I ended that live, I hear something up in there. It's okay, girl. It's okay, girl. It's okay, girl. As soon as I end that live. Hey, bear. It's a deer. Is there another deer up here? Yeah. There's two. I'm sliding everywhere. I dig my heels into this icy stuff. Okay, so I was sitting on the porch and I hear this weird grumbly, like, woo, come from that mountaintop. And I know that up there is nothing for mountains for miles around. So I went on live and did a live from it, hoping that I would catch something.
Moments after ending a live stream from her porch, the investigator hears an unusual noise coming from the mountainside behind her home. She describes the sound as a deep, low grumbling echoing from the wooded slope. The area behind the house stretches into miles of mountain terrain, with very little nearby human activity. Because nothing happened while she was live, she begins recording again, explaining that the disturbance started immediately after the live stream ended. Carefully stepping onto the icy ground, she moves toward the hillside with a flashlight. Several deer can be seen moving slowly across the slope ahead of her. The environment remains quiet apart from shifting ice underfoot and occasional movement in the trees. The atmosphere feels calm but uneasy as she continues watching the tree line.
It's a deer right there. See it? There's some eye shine. Look how big those eye shines are. Look how far off the ground they are. Oh, they went behind a tree. Hello? Y'all see that? It's not showing up on here.
As she attempts to focus the camera, she claims the presence seems to move backward, staying just beyond clear view. Although she says she can still see the reflection with her eyes, it does not clearly register on the camera. She speculates that whatever is there may be intentionally remaining out of sight. Her tone becomes more cautious as she jokes nervously that she is not about to get eaten.
Whatever that was, something threw something. I don't know if y'all heard it, but something was thrown right after I heard that weird noise. I'm leaving, but I got something thrown at me. That's pretty strange. My battery's about to die, but at least, hey girl, you ain't about to go in them woods, are you? At least we got something, got to see something. Just want to protect my kids and make sure they're okay. Man, that eyeshine was incredibly huge. It was off the ground. Pretty big, pretty high off the ground. It was weird to me. And the deer, that one deer, would not go near it. She's acting funny. That one deer would.
Moments later, another strange sound occurs, and she reacts abruptly, saying that something has been thrown toward her. The encounter shifts from simply observing eyeshine to what she believes is direct interaction. At this point, she decides it is best to leave the area immediately.
To me. And the deer, that one deer, would not go near it. She's acting funny. That one deer would not go near it. There was one standing up here and one below it. And whatever that was in the middle, and it threw something. That was weird. That was weird. I knew something was up there. I knew something was in there, I mean. But you guys, I love yous. What's that? Oh, I love yous. I'm going to fall. Y'all have a blessed night. And give your loved ones a big hug and a kiss. And remember to be kind to one another. And just bring happiness and joy into each other's lives. Good night.
With her camera battery running low and the icy hillside becoming difficult to navigate, she returns toward the safety of her home. Throughout the walk back, she explains that her main concern is ensuring her family remains safe, especially with the unexplained activity occurring so close to the property. Although the encounter produces no clear visual evidence, the combination of unusual sounds, eyeshine at an unusual height, and the alleged thrown object leaves the experience unresolved and deeply unsettling for the investigator. Before we move on, if you're enjoying the video so far, leaving a like really helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. We recently passed 50,000 subscribers, and that's entirely because of you. The next target is 100,000 before the end of the year. Ambitious, but worth aiming for. There's a hidden word somewhere in this video. See if you can spot it. Now, let's continue. The next horrifying video comes from Burbeck's Beijing Urban Exploration, a urban exploration channel documenting remote and abandoned locations around the world, often with calm observational narration and minimal dramatization. It is July 9th, 2017 in Aokigahara Forest, Japan. The explorer follows a narrow trail deeper into the forest. The terrain quickly becomes difficult, with slippery ground, exposed roots, and hidden holes beneath the moss. To avoid getting lost, biodegradable lifeline strings are tied along parts of the path, guiding visitors back toward the main trail. However, some of the older strings appear degraded, making them unreliable markers.
The wall to stop people getting in. Don't go that way. I've just come from that way. There are 2 more trails. Oh, the trees have got me! Oh, the trees are... So I've had the feeling for a little while that...
Suddenly, a loud rustling noise comes from nearby brush. He stops immediately, scanning the area. For a moment, he wonders if another person might be nearby, but nothing becomes visible. The movement is most likely caused by wildlife, yet the abrupt disturbance sharply raises tension in the otherwise still environment.
Something in here with me. Something over there, big, just rustled. I thought it was a person, but up there at the end of the path I thought I saw somebody wearing a blue anorak. But as I moved towards it, it just seemed to disappear.
Reflecting on the moment, he explains that the silence and isolation of the forest can easily affect perception. Without normal environmental sounds or human activity, the mind can begin to interpret shadows and shapes as something more. In such a quiet setting, imagination can quickly fill the gaps left by uncertainty. Nothing physical ultimately occurs during the encounter. There are no clear voices, no confirmed figure, and no direct interaction. Instead, the experience becomes psychological. The isolation, silence, and atmosphere of Aokigahara create a heightened sense of vulnerability, where even small movements or distant shapes feel significant. The moment serves as a reminder that in places this quiet and remote, the mind itself can become the most unsettling presence in the forest. The next chilling video comes from Connor Doe's Adventure, a US-based outdoor adventure and wildlife channel focused on immersive experiences in remote natural environments. The videos typically capture real-time encounters with wildlife while trekking through forests, rivers, and mountain landscapes, with minimal narration. It is August 29th, 2019, in the Grand Teton National Park area, Wyoming, United States.
What's up, everyone? Good morning. It is Tuesday in the Tetons, and this is the view I get to wake up to. I put a chair just right on the edge of where I actually fell yesterday. If you can see down there. Yeah, it's just gorgeous view. I wish I had a better camera, like an actual good like Canon or a Sony, because literally like all the stars like covering the sky, and you could even see the galaxy, like the edge of the Milky Way behind the mountain. It was beautiful. Yeah, so here we are. It's what time is it? 9:35 in the morning, and hopefully we'll go see some animals today. Be pretty epic.
No wonder.
Alright, everyone, so we're here at Jackson Lodge. It's a nice lodge. And then you get this great view. Look at that.
Come here first thing in the morning and then in the evening.
Play over there.
That's
So,
Moran.
oh, that metal one right there? Moran. So a couple years, no, not a couple years, a while ago, we were in this exact spot.
Not long after, he notices unusual behavior from a group of elk gathered near a patch of trees. Moments later, a large grizzly bear emerges from the forest and begins stalking the herd. The situation escalates quickly as the bear suddenly charges across the meadow, sending the elk running for safety. Filming from a distance, Connor captures the pursuit as the elk scatter toward the tree line. The bear eventually stops the chase as the herd disappears into the forest. The encounter offers a raw glimpse of predator-prey behavior unfolding naturally in the wild.
Alright guys, well here's a moose. It's a big moose.
Cop ate the moose.
A policeman cop. He's big.
Dude, that bridge.
Yeah, we need to go on that bridge.
Let me get a couple shots.
How did we
on
get
it.
there?
Well, I think it is the wrong time.
Alright, well now we're closer to the moose. Right there, right in front of us. It's cool. weird. And now we're even closer. I know it looks farther, but he's maybe like 20 feet in front of us. Literally, like, the trail's right here. We're on the bridge and he's right there. Yeah, that is a big rack. Another deer and a duck.
Later in the day, Connor experiences another tense moment when he encounters a massive moose standing beside a bridge and nearby stream. The animal is only around 20 feet away, close enough that any sudden movement could provoke a defensive reaction. Connor remains calm and moves slowly while continuing to film, capturing detailed slow-motion footage that shows the moose's size and imposing presence. The moment highlights how unpredictable wildlife encounters can be, even when no aggression occurs. Connor reflects on how quickly a peaceful wilderness hike can turn into a high adrenaline experience. From witnessing a grizzly bear chase elk across an open meadow to standing within meters of a towering moose, the day demonstrates both the beauty and unpredictability of wild environments. Encounters like these serve as a reminder that in remote landscapes, humans are only visitors, and the true power of the wilderness belongs to the animals that live there. The next shocking video of the night comes from Appas, an outdoor exploration channel that documents real-time journeys through dense forests, particularly during winter conditions. It is January 12, 2026, in a forested region in Europe.
Oh.
The explorer moves deeper into a snow-covered forest, following tracks left in the snow while carefully scanning the surrounding trees. The terrain is quiet but unpredictable, with deep snow-muffling sound and making navigation more difficult. Several small movements in the forest cause the explorer to react cautiously, repeatedly pausing to listen and observe. Each sound, whether shifting branches or distant movement, raises the possibility of large wildlife nearby. They remain aware of two risks: encountering animals unexpectedly and becoming disoriented in the dense winter landscape.
Looks like a place where a bear would sleep in winter. I'm not checking that out. Let's get out of here. Leah, let's go. Get in trouble. Oh my God. Do you see the hole? A bear may be sleeping in here. Oh no, let's not go deeper. This is definitely a den. Let's get out of here.
During the walk, the explorer notices what appears to be a potential hibernation den in the forest floor. Based on the size and structure of the opening, they speculate that a bear may be resting inside. Recognizing the danger of disturbing a hibernating animal, They immediately decide not to approach the site. Instead, they document the location briefly from a distance before moving away.
These footprints are mine. Because the forest can really play with your mind. Okay. Are these footprints mine? Please, pretty please let me know. I don't want to get lost. They look fresh. But they are not mine. You know why? Two nails right here. Like, I don't know, a hoof or something. Maybe a boar. I don't want to be here. I don't want to get lost. But we need a video. Gosh darn it. We need it. I'm deep in the forest. Let's follow the boar tracks. If these are boar. Pretty fresh. I don't like that. Look at this. It's probably a boar. It is a boar. It is a boar.
With multiple dens and fresh tracks in the area, the explorer chooses to begin retreating. Moving through the deep snow requires slow, deliberate steps. They repeatedly stress the importance of staying calm, avoiding sudden movements, and following known paths to prevent getting lost in the forest. The dense trees and uneven terrain add to the tension as they carefully navigate back through the woodland.
In somebody's den, with fresh footprints or with very large size, like a bear that was seen in summer last time over here. A brown bear that nobody can hunt because they are freaking protected. They like to kill us, but we still count them as friends. We can hunt our own animals. We don't need any more carnivores. I'm not a hunter, but if I would, that would be my mindset. The forest needs to be a place that people can go to without being We're almost out of here. Let's continue.
Before leaving the area, the explorer notices that some of the dens appear unusually large. They recall reports that brown bears had been seen in the region the previous year. The observation reinforces the possibility that large predators may still inhabit the forest. At this point, leaving the area quietly becomes the clear priority. The winter exploration highlights the risks of traveling through wildlife habitats during colder months. The video ends with a reminder that winter forests may appear quiet, but beneath the snow, many animals are still present, and respecting their space is essential for both safety and responsible wildlife observation. The next video comes from Shadow Hollow, a UK-based paranormal exploration channel investigating forests, abandoned locations, and areas associated with cryptid sightings. It is February 22nd, 2026 in Okanagan Valley, Canada.
Camera a little bit. Seems a bit foggy, I don't know. Almost smoky. Almost, I don't know. Looks like we're starting to get to a high point. Yeah, binoculars here, so. Just kind of seems like a valley. But, of course it does. Nothing much around here. This looks like a tree was knocked down. Maybe it was rotting or the wind, but doesn't look too new. Nothing yet, though. Nothing yet. Okay, what was that? Thought I heard a bit of a whistle. I think I picked that up on my camera, but almost a little stretch of the valley. I mean, it's like a freaking hill down here. You can see just how steep it is. Once I get all the way down, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's pretty obvious. Just look at that. Wow. That is quite the dip. Like the dip I'm not trying to take going in there. I'm just gonna cross this part. 20.
The investigator begins moving down a steep section of the valley, where fog hangs low between the trees. Thick vines cover parts of the forest floor, forcing him to step carefully as he progresses deeper into the woods. He explains that local stories claim a creature known as the Window has been reported in the area. While walking, subtle sounds begin breaking the otherwise quiet environment. Distant tree knocks, faint whistles, and occasional crashing noises further in the forest. Apart from these sounds, the woods remain unusually silent. The stillness makes every small noise feel amplified, increasing the tension as he continues further into the valley.
That is the third or fourth time something has crashed behind me. But I'm gonna keep a bit of an eye out now. It's one thing if you hear something like a noise behind you in the woods, but 4 times.
Suddenly, several louder crashing sounds erupt behind him. The noise suggests something moving through the trees nearby. The investigator pauses and looks back repeatedly, scanning the darker parts of the forest before cautiously continuing along the path.
What the is that? White spot. Look at this. I did not see this before. Wow. Hold up. This is...
A sudden movement occurs deeper within the shadowed area of the woods. The uneven terrain and limited visibility make it difficult to determine exactly what caused the disturbance. However, the moment intensifies the feeling that something may be nearby and aware of his presence.
There's stuff all around me right now. Okay. What that was is back there, so I should be good. How do I get out of here now? Is this a sign or? Okay. No. Looks like a sign or something. What the hell?
He immediately begins retreating through the dense terrain as quickly as possible. The thick fog, uneven ground, and fading daylight make the escape more difficult. heightening the tension of the moment. The exploration gradually shifts from quiet observation to a tense retreat. Unexplained noises, sudden movement, and the disorienting layout of the valley combine to create an experience that leaves the investigator shaken. Whether the disturbances were wildlife, environmental factors, or something else entirely remains unclear. Before we get into the next clip, around 70% of people watching aren't subscribed. We're working toward 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you're enjoying the video, hitting subscribe really does help. All right, let's get back to it. The last video of the night comes from 0 Subs, a YouTube channel focused on ghost hunting, night explorations, and paranormal investigations. It is February 16th, 2026 in the United States.
I had a really bad feeling.
The subject moves carefully through a dark wooded area, pushing through dense trees and undergrowth. The forest is quiet apart from faint snapping twigs and distant rustling somewhere deeper among the trees. He pauses several times, listening closely. The limited visibility and shifting shadows between branches create an uneasy atmosphere as he whispers to the camera, aware of how isolated the location is.
Like, there's no cricket, no sounds at all. No.
The sounds begin to feel closer. Distinct footsteps can be heard, moving somewhere nearby, heavier and more deliberate than typical small wildlife movement. The subject stops again, trying to identify the direction. Each time he pauses, another twig cracks in response, creating the impression that something may be moving at the same pace. Shadows briefly pass between the trees just beyond the reach of the camera's light. The subject whispers quietly while scanning the forest, his voice noticeably tense as the feeling of being watched grows stronger. Suddenly, several twigs snap very close by, the sound resembling clear, step-like movement through the brush. Rather than continue investigating, the subject decides to retreat immediately. As he backs away, he mutters to the camera, "I nope it out of there. Maybe it's just an animal, but better safe than sorry." The encounter escalates almost entirely through sound, leaving the source of the movement completely unseen. Choosing caution over curiosity, the subject leaves the area rather than attempting to follow the sounds further into the woods. Although nothing is visually confirmed on camera, the combination of footsteps, snapping twigs, and shifting shadows creates a tense moment that feels far more intense than the short clip suggests. The footage ends with the mystery unresolved, leaving viewers to decide whether the disturbance was wildlife moving through the forest, or something else, quietly following from the darkness. Thanks for watching. If those 6 encounters rattled you, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe for more creepy content every week. The next mystery might be even darker than this one.